All right, this is the new DVR security system I got. I've had a lot of trespasser issues as well as a lot of crime in the area. So I'm looking to beef up a little bit of security here. Make the wife feel more comfortable, make me feel more comfortable. So let's take a look at the cameras first. This system came with 4 of these. They're nice, solid. The housings are made out of metal. They are posable. You can adjust how what angle they're at, which is very nice. They come with a Wi-Fi antenna, so they can be connected to the system wirelessly. And they're good to go. It does have a knockout in there for doing a nice surface mount. And when you loosen this up, it'll rotate on the base, or this one. And of course, when you tighten it, it'll lock down. It does come with the 3 screws you need to mount it, as well as 3 anchors and the tool for loosening and tightening those posable points. Again, it's a small camera. It's inobtrusive, and it doesn't, look like a big, huge, ugly camera. It's small enough almost to fit in the palm of your hand. It is hooded so that you don't have as much problem with lens flare. And it is all weather. This will function and be safe even in Iowa's miserable winter weather. You can do a full surface mount. You could drill out for the power cable if you needed to. Where I'm looking at installing it on the garage, I may do that there because it actually leads to a better mounting situation in that situation, because the wiring has to go inside. I'm not doing surface wiring there. But for the rest of them, this is going to work out. When you look at the cable, it has the power port, which connects the included 12 volt, 1 amp powers, which you see have a very generous cable length. The other is for the Ethernet. Now, if you wanted to hook these up via wired, you can hook them up with this. This will connect to a standard Cat 5 Ethernet cable, like so. But if you're not doing that and you are leaving them outside, and this cable is going to experience exposure to the elements, it comes with a little Cat 5 plugs. These are really nice because they're going to keep you from having corrosion and water getting into these, which will increase the life of the camera. Something so simple and cheap to add. A lot of these companies don't do that, and you wind up with an inferior and problematic product. And there are 4 identical cameras. 4 identical cameras, 3 more that I don't have unpacked here for the purpose of this review. Additionally, you get a mouse for navigating the software. It's a miniature mouse, 3-wheel, 3-button or a wheeled 3-button mouse. It's optical. I'm going to replace this out with a wireless mouse, wireless trackball, just because of my personal preferences in ergonomics. It does come with a Cat 5 Ethernet cable for connecting to your router. And again, power supply. The power supply for the actual DVR unit is 12 volts, 2 amps. So it's a little beefier. And it comes with a packet of 4 screws for mounting a hard drive. I've already removed the housing screws here, so you can see, because we're going to look inside. It has a indicator for the hard drive, activity, the power, and then an infrared port. When you look at the back of it, we have the 12-volt power port, a USB port, and then it's got the WAN port, which is where you connect it to your router. And then it has VGA and HDMI outputs for connecting to either a monitor or your TV, whichever. And it does have audio out. That's because the cameras do have microphones on them, so you can hear what's going on. It has the 2 antennas, and additionally it has a grounding point. So if you're running into any kind of line interference, you can use that to cut down on that, to connect it to an ground. Now, it has 4 screws, 2 on either side. You remove those, and then you can remove the housing. Once you remove the housing, you can see here where you can mount your hard drive. And there are multiple ways to mount it, depending on whether it's a 2.5 inch or a 3.5 inch. But then you have SATA power and the SATA data cable. There is a battery backup here, so that settings are maintained even through a power outage. But it's a pretty simple circuit. Pretty simple board. And there's really not much to it. Not much to go wrong either, so that's awesome. The less complicated these are, the better. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to be mounting this up high, which is also part of why I made this decision to use a wireless mouse with it. But altogether, the cameras produce an amazing picture. It's 1080p, and they can see in the dark up to 75 feet. And they have motion sensing capabilities. What's really nice about that is it'll throw push warnings out to your phone or tablet that you have connected to it, to the app, so that you're getting real-time monitoring of your property. So definitely what we were looking for. I'm very happy with it. I really appreciate how high quality the cameras are. I like how simple DVR itself is and how flexible it is, and that I can add my own hard drive rather than paying extra for it to come with a hard drive. I can add in a hard drive of my choosing for size. I can also pick up 4 additional wireless cameras to make it an 8-camera system, which is pretty impressive. There's really not much I don't like about it. I do wish it was rack mountable, but it's easy enough for me to convert it to being rack mountable.